listening to this one, to be honest with you. Don't recreate it. I'm ready to lunk or speed. I can't stop saying it. Alright, man, here we go. Stop. Hey, everybody!
Hey,
you remember the Joe cartoon? You remember that? Fucking, the... Hey, man, you fly! With the... Oh, fuck.
I don't, but keep going.
Superfly. You don't remember? He was like a little
Wait a minute,
blue
Superfly.
Yeah, Superfly, man! You fucking
I do remember that shit. Oh, my God.
Chad used to play it all the time. He actually got me a DVD of all the fucking Superfly, Joe cartoon shit.
No shit.
I think I still have it, because that Superfly shit made me laugh every time. Fucking mom, yeah, Superfly. This shit was so fucking funny.
That is amazing.
That was the era of Flash cartoons.
Oh, God. How primitive a time it was.
What else was there besides Joe cartoon? There was like something Bang, I think. Damn, what was it? It'll come to me. But Bang cartoon, I think, was another one of those.
There was also like the whole whatchamacallit, the Strong Bad.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
It was kind of in that era too.
The cheat is grounded.
The cheat, god damn. I loved Homestar Runner.
We installed that light switch so that you can turn the lights on and off. Not so that you can throw light switch raves.
It's an interesting start. How you guys doing, man?
Hey there, guys.
We're doing,
We're reminiscing.
We're reminiscing.
We're not even gonna do a review. We're just gonna reminisce.
Gonna talk about the old days, man.
That's right, the old days when it was cool.
Yeah.
Superfly!
Superfly! Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
We'll watch
kidding.
it.
We're covering Super Pitfall today.
Power Trip Gaming Retrospective of Super Shitfall.
That was really clever, actually.
I
Super
literally
Shitfall.
just came up with that right now.
I'm really jealous that I didn't think of it.
I can't believe it's taken me this long to think of it.
We never once thought about that during our playthrough. This is a super shitfall.
So we're already starting on a low note.
Nice.
But yes, this is, well, you know all the information about this game. I don't remember.
I do, but
Micronics. I remember.
It was developed by Micronics.
Developed by Micronics. Your Super Pitfall Harry Man.
Who was it published by?
I don't remember. Pony Canyon.
Pony Canyon Inc. was one of the publishers, yes.
They also did
the FCI games and series.
They did? Yeah. I remember it wasn't Phantom Fighter.
Phantom Fighter.
Pony Canyon?
That's right. Phantom Fighter.
I rewatched Phantom Fighter not that long ago. Not our worst play. I actually kind of enjoyed watching it.
I enjoy that game.
I know you do.
I think I'm the only person in the world who enjoys that game.
You're the only person in the world who enjoys Pony Canyon games.
Pony Canyon games aren't bad. So, but it was also co-published by Activision.
There you go.
Hopefully everybody knows who Activision is today. However, back in the beginnings, Activision was actually the very first third-party developer. They were on the Atari.
Yes, they were.
And they were basically, at the time, they were really the rock stars of the video game industry because they would get the sales figures of all the Atari games that were sold. And they would note that it's like the 4 games that Activision creator guys had published, or before there was Activision, they were selling like 75 to 80% of like all the games that the company was selling. And so they got the idea that, hey, you know what? Let's just start our own company. Let's start Activision. Let's market these games, because obviously they're not paying us what we should be getting paid for developing these games when they're selling them in gangbusters. So they went into business for themselves, and now everything is basically third party. You still got first party developers like Nintendo, of course, and I don't know if Microsoft does any first party developing, but third party now it's like everything's third party, and Activision was the first one, and
Activision was gangbusters in the Atari days.
Super Pitfall was actually their first published game on the Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
I know.
They were great in the Atari ages. It didn't translate.
But yeah, it came out in November of 1987. Pitfall was originally created by David Crane. It was a fantastic game.
Crane. I loved Pitfall.
It was such a fun exploration. The game actually had 256, I think, unique screens on there. So I mean, it was really huge. Pitfall 2, in my opinion, is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm not just talking on the Atari. I'm talking of all systems. I loved Pitfall 2.
Pitfall 2 actually was pretty good.
I loved it.
I think I remember watching my dad play Pitfall 2.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
I remember enjoying Pitfall 2 quite a bit. Because there was an end to the original Pitfall, wasn't there?
There technically was. If you got all the treasures, the game would just end, I think.
It would just stop.
It would just stop. But with Pitfall 2, you actually had an end to the game. There was an actual end to it.
Pitfall 2, was that was 5200, correct? Or was that 26?
It came out for both.
Okay. I remember from the 5200.
I have it on the 2600, but they did make a version of it on the 5200.
That's the version I remember, is the 5200.
Mm-hmm.
Damn!
They did that with Pitfall 1 too. That one came out on the 52 as well.
Mm-hmm. I had very few games for the 5200.
I only have a handful.
Yeah, those were a lot harder to
I've never played them because I can plug in the system. System works great. Plug in the controllers, it don't work. Which was apparently a common thing with the Atari 5200.
The control ports were shit? Or just the
not the ports, the controllers themselves. So.
But we're getting off topic.
We are getting off
topic. Super
topic.
Pitfall 2. You are Pitfall Harry. Rescuing Quick Claw and your bitch or something in hell.
Did you just call it Super Pitfall 2?
Super Pitfall.
Funny story. There was actually supposed to be a Super Pitfall 2 that was supposed to come out after this one.
Freudian slip.
Guess what?
God.
It didn't happen.
No.
So.
For good reason, Pitfall pretty much ended after Super Pitfall.
It didn't end, but it was definitely canned for a while.
It did not. There was a Pitfall on the Genesis. There was Pitfall the Mayan Adventure. You played as Pitfall Harry Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have that game for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
So so they didn't.
Never mind.
They didn't end the series.
I fucked that all up.
But there definitely was a gap between Super Pitfall and then the next Pitfall that ever came out. So
what's the story behind Super Pitfall? I kind of gave a brief synopsis, but I flubbed it all up.
So Quick Claw's not in this.
I thought it was. You're rescuing the monkey.
I'm pretty sure. No, that was Pitfall 2.
That was Super Pitfall. Don't you remember? You had to do the bonus level to get fucking Quick Claw in the cave.
That's right. Quick Claw was in there, yes.
You douche.
I completely forgot about the whole Quick Claw thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. You got to rescue your lady. And then,
she's in hell. Or something.
Something that looks like hell. And then that's it. And then you get back to your castle and you live happily ever after. The end.
Your castle. We couldn't even figure out how to fucking end the game. We had to go back to the beginning and then land on the floor, and for some reason it said, you got it!
It just ended.
It was fucking stupid.
So,
but anyway...
that actually goes into what my... the difficulty of this game.
Yeah, let's get into this shit, because we are probably going to have different opinions for this game.
I'm really curious as to what your take is on this, because you're looking at me like, oh, Paul, you're going to be upset
I know I'm going to be upset with you.
Why?
Because I have a feeling this has a soft spot in your heart, and I don't understand why. I really don't.
I'll let you keep talking.
So, as far as difficulty goes, I give this like a 5 or a 6. I mean, to be honest, there's very repetitive enemies. There's not a whole wide variety of them. I mean, you get a gun, but really, the difficulty comes from just finding shit. Because nothing is pointed to you. I think that's why I hated this game. Well, that's more of a fun digression, I guess. But I feel like overall this game was not that difficult. It was harder to battle the controls than the game itself. But I also didn't play it.
We are going to have some differences of opinion.
Here we go.
There may be some fists as well, too.
Well, you go. What would you think it was harder or
easier? So first off, you think that I have a soft spot for this game?
Yes.
You truly think that I have a soft spot for this game?
I
do not.
Good.
I do not.
I thought we were going to live Spelunker all over again.
Why the hell do you think I have a soft spot for Super Pitfall?
Because I didn't realize you had a soft spot for Spelunker. And
Spelunker is fun!
you looked like you were having fun in our playthrough!
I was not! I faked it!
Yeah, you did. Because you certainly... In the videos, you were in our playthrough, you're like, I'm gonna find the good in this game. And
Did I find the good in it? No! I didn't!
Well, alright.
I went on the quest, and guess what? It was like the Holy Grail. It doesn't exist!
Well, then what do you give it for difficulty?
Okay, so for difficulty, honestly, I would give this game a 6, maybe even borderline 7.
You're insane. A 7?
Did you beat this game?
I didn't try.
You didn't.
I died
Why didn't
very
you? Why
fast.
didn't you try?
Because I knew you could beat this, and I didn't care.
So you're saying that it's easy?
No, I didn't say it was easy. I said it
You
was just...
you actually did.
I did not.
We will have to rewind what we played because you actually did say this game wasn't hard. It was pretty easy.
When did I say that?
Before I went on my tirade.
No, I never said it was easy.
Okay.
I said the enemies aren't very different.
So
you meet the same things.
yeah. Okay. So the enemies are one thing.
Yeah.
What makes this game extremely difficult, in my opinion, is that the game is really... What's the word? The game is really obscure, and it's
cryptic.
It's cryptic. That's the word I was trying to think of.
Definitely cryptic.
It is cryptic. Cryptic to a fault. You have to explore this big-ass cave, and you have no guidance whatsoever.
Right.
It is literally trial and error. And it's trial and error to the point to where you have to, like, to find Quick Claw and stuff like that, we had to jump into a wall to then get transported to, like, a different area.
It was like a random eagle.
It was just
that
a random
was just
eagle.
floating around, you grabbed its talons, and you ended up in the
entire game,
bonus level.
The entire game, you are told to avoid every single enemy. Now all of a sudden you have to jump into this eagle, which will then transport you into a special area that is required to then beat the game.
Yeah.
How fucking cryptic, and, like, how would you find that out? How would you find that out?
I don't know. But I don't feel like that's part of the difficulty. I feel like that's more of playability.
I think you gotta wrap it all up in one package, though. Playability,
Think so?
like,
No,
when you really think about it, when it boils down to it, Castle Quest, not a very hard game. Guess what? There's not many enemies. It's just all about this strategy. It's about using the right keys on the right doors and all that jazz. But yet, we both agree that game is hard as shit.
Oh yeah, that was 9. I'm surprised we didn't give that a 10.
So,
when I think about it.
So it's the same deal with Super Pitfall. Maybe it's not to the same degree, and it's easy to avoid the enemies, but the crypticness, the having to get from point A to point B, where you're going all over the place, that makes it difficult, in my opinion.
But at least with Castle Quest, you could see things. Nothing was hidden. Whereas in Super Pitfall, like, it was just flat out hidden. To get these stupid keys, you had to just jump in random spots.
So then why wouldn't you say that makes it hard?
But do you think that's really what they were going for? Like, they're like, let's make this more difficult. Let's make them just jump.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Also, too, do you forget the fact, too, that you have 3 lives, no continues?
I thought you could get 1-ups.
You could get 1-ups.
Oh.
You start with 3 lives. You could get 1-ups based on your score.
You had quite a few lives by the end of this.
Yeah, but there's no continues.
Right.
You die. You're at the start. That's it.
Solid 6.
Thank you very much.
You're right. I forgot about the no continues part. Because I don't think you ever continued.
I didn't.
No, so I never knew there were
didn't.
no continues.
Yeah.
I thought there were.
No,
I don't know where it would continue you, but whatever.
No, I didn't use any continues because I knew, and from playing the game in the past, trying to understand how to play it, how the path to take, and all that jazz, I knew that that's a game you have to beat, like, without dying, because if you get the game over, you have no desire whatsoever to start from the beginning to do it all over again. So it's kind of an all or nothing.
Yeah.
So
all your eggs in one basket. Otherwise, consider it a loss.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
For sure.
Yeah, then I'll agree.
So this game
High
is
6,
at
low
least
7.
a 6. I would even almost say borderline 7, just because of how cryptic, how
asinine.
They do not explain anything, even to the point to where you can get those little spheres of the club and the spade and stuff like that. Those end up being your keys. Those end up being keys. Like, who the hell thinks that those are keys?
I wonder if you've played this in the past. I wonder if we had the instruction booklet. Like, if this were something we had picked up for the first time, I honestly don't think it would have happened.
No.
Not in one recording.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
But
because the instruction booklet would probably have explained, it would have explained the keys, the enemies, the keys, maybe even the mechanic of jumping up to explore to find hidden items. I truly don't think that they would have put anything about that eagle that you have to jump into, and all that other stuff in there. So yeah, I think it still would have been very.
It would have been a mess.
It still would have been difficult to try to figure it out.
This is one of those games where it was fortunate enough for one of us to have at least played it in the past.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
But yeah, you're right. I'll give it to you on that one. You're definitely right about that. 6 or a 7. You know what? I'm honestly just gonna go straight 7.
I would go straight 7. Honestly.
God,
it's a tough game.
Yeah, it is.
And
tough to want to play.
And it's really highlighted in the fact that literally, as you fell victim to, the first ladder in the game, you go down that thing, you're dead.
God damn you, Pitfall!
Who doesn't want to explore this big ass cave? And hey, there's a ladder here. Let me go down it. Nope. And guess what? The insult to injury is instead of hitting the spikes and falling to your death, you're always going to hit an enemy that just happens to go right underneath you at that time. So it's the enemy that kills you, not the spikes. They knew what they were doing. Shame on you, David.
Fuck you. Fucking breasts, man. Like that. Alright, so let's move on to fun.
Let's see what your opinion on fun was. Since you thought that this game was so easy, it was a delightful
I didn't
run.
say it was easy. Middle of the road is not easy. It's doable, but still rather difficult. Well, now that I know you don't have a soft spot, we're not going to disagree. I give it a straight 2. This game sucks. The music is terrible. Graphics, even worse than the music. The fact that things are hidden always sucks, because there's no context to this game whatsoever. There's no dialogue, there's no direction. You don't even know 3/4 of the time if you're even heading in the right fucking direction. And that's why I feel like this game is not fun in the least. It gets a straight 2 for me. Even just watching it, I hated it. So there you go.
So this game, as far as fun goes, I would probably give this... My opinion, I would say it's a 3. I don't know if I would go as high as a 4, but it's a 3.
That's because if you go to a 4, I'm going to slap the hair off you again.
That's, yeah, I had a feeling. But, no, this game, it really was an extension of the Atari. Like, you could tell that the Pitfall franchise, even Super Pitfall, was inspired by Atari-like graphics and controls, and the Nintendo was supposed to be the next evolution of video gaming past the Atari. This game played like an Atari game on the Nintendo.
Looked like an Atari game.
It looked like an Atari game. The controls were not smooth. It was not... Super Mario Brothers, they already showed you that graphics could be crisp and colorful, that controls could be smooth and really tight, and Super Pitfall was the exact opposite of that.
Absolutely.
Everything was blocky, it was chunky, it was clunky, it was just really hard to move to. The controls were not tight at all. It was a glitchy mess. You could tell that they were really just kind of trying to find their stride, so unfortunately this may have been their first game, their first attempt. David Crane doing what he could do, although it was pretty damn close, because I think he did A Boy and His Blob, and I think that came after, and that might have been when he really kind of hit his stride with the Nintendo
Boy and His Blob
stuff.
was fantastic.
So that might have been when he really hit his stride. So here he was just really trying to figure out what to do, and just obviously, due to limitations, he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
But the music is...
Music sucks. There's like 2 songs.
The music sucks because it literally is a looping every 5-second loop, just like the old Atari games. The graphics were absolutely they weren't good. They were a step up from the Atari.
I don't even think they were a step up.
And it's just the game was. I will give it the extra points, giving it the 3, because the game, even though it is very cryptic, it is very hard to know what to do, where to go. The game is immense. It's huge.
It's an enormous game.
It's an enormous game. It is an enormous map. There is a lot to keep you busy on this game.
I kind of would like to see what this game would look like, just like the whole map, like everything.
Oh yeah.
I bet you.
It's probably a humongous map.
I bet you that would be pretty cool.
So I mean, it's really fun to kind of explore, but at the same time, because you really have no incentive. You don't have a lead into where you're supposed to go. This game is not a casual pick 'em up and play game. This is, you have to invest in it if you want to try to beat it, and I don't think that there is enough of an incentive to want to play this game, pick it up and play it. It's just there's not.
I agree. This is definitely not a title you just pick up out of nowhere.
No, God, no.
I feel like playing fucking Super Pitfall today. It's
no,
like,
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
No.
So
a 3 for fun for you. Huh?
I would give it a 3 for fun.
I'm sticking with a 2. This game is miserable.
Fair enough.
It was too long. Even though it was only 3 parts for us, it was a long 3 parts.
Well,
for me to watch.
it was very repetitive. It was all the same thing, and usually repetitive games always feel longer than they actually are.
Yeah, I suppose so. But there you go.
Yeah.
Dismal.
So, is it worth it?
What did you pay for Super Pitfall back in the days?
$3.99.
I don't know what this goes for. I'm pressed.
And I picked this one up at 7 Mile Fair. In Caledonia.
There you go.
World's largest flea market.
So
7 Mile Fair.
What does this game go for?
Today, according to price charting, it retails for $7.17.
Would you say that is worth it?
No. I know that this is, and there's going to be people who are going to say, "Oh, $7, like anything's worth it for that." No, this game is not worth it. It's not worth it for $7.
Find a better game.
It is. You are not going to have fun with this. If you want to pick it up and explore it, yeah, you can play it for 10, 15 minutes, but I guarantee you're going to stop. The music is repetitive. The gameplay is clunky. It's not fun. It is literally like an Atari game. And there is a lot better. And even though $7 is not a lot of money, it's not. You're not going to get your money's worth out of it for $7.
I'd say what you paid, $4, is probably as high as anybody should go.
Absolutely.
This is $1.99. It's bargain.
This is one of those games where I think the game itself only goes for $7 because it's not. You don't see it in that glut of common games.
Now that I think about it, we really don't see this.
You don't see Super Pitfall too often, so that's probably why is people will pay for it because it's kind of a harder to find game, but at the same time, it's not terribly hard, but it's also not fun either. So
it's not fun.
So you can't. So you really can't. It's not gonna. I don't think it's ever gonna go for more than $7.
No, I don't think so either. No. So there you guys go, man. There's Super motherfucking Pitfall.
Not worth it.
Not worth it.
All right.
I hate this game.
I know you did.
So hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on Twitter.
Go to powertripgaming.tv. Takes you right to the channel. Watch all our other videos.
Links in the description. Check out Super Pitfall as we power our way through that messy trip.
Even though it was not a fun game, it actually was a pretty enjoyable watch. We had some good banter back and forth.
And the game glitched out halfway through too.
Yes.
And I still ended up playing through it.
What a champ! We couldn't see shit, and Paul still beat it. And then it unglitched as soon as we got out of hell.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing.
It literally felt like hell.
Yeah.
Because the graphics are so bad in there, and it was so, like, I did not want to die at that point, because I was like, I know I'm at the home stretch. And then once we got out of there, and the game just went back to normal, I'm like, oh my god, we were really in hell.
Yeah.
Like, that was really hell.
And that, even in that whole segment in hell, like, you never felt like you were making progress.
No.
You kept going across these swingy things, going up things, but it never felt like you went anywhere.
Nope.
Which is why I hate this game. Mm-hmm. Just the fact that everything feels so aimless. Like, you're just kind of wandering around without a goal.
Yeah.
It just... Man, this game sucks. I'd rather play the original Pitfall or Pitfall 2.
Oh, Pitfall 2, hands down.
Absolutely.
I would rather play that any time than this.
Maybe we should play that sometime.
I could pick up the Pitfall 2 and just play it casually. It's fun.
We'll have to find a way to record Pitfall 2. Maybe we'll try that one time.
I would be game for that.
Hell yeah.
Get it? I'd be game for it.
Ah! Next time on Power Trip Retrospective,
we're gonna review something better.
Ha-ha!
You seriously thought that I had a fucking soft spot for this game?
Man, I don't know you anymore.
Man, fuck you!